Huawei tends to make budget smartphones for the UK market, but the Ascend P6 is a shot at the big guns. It's off to a great start when we tell you it sells for just over £300 on a SIM-free basis, which is cheaper than a lot of mid-ranged handsets, let alone flagship devices. Huawei says the Ascend P6 is just 6.1mm thick, making it the thinnest smartphone in the world. We've measured it at 6.5mm, which is still incredibly thin. You might be begging for more battery life instead of a thinner phone, but nevertheless, its size certainly helps it seem smaller than it is. There's no escaping that a lot of the Ascend P6 design looks like it's been borrowed from the iPhone 5. The big difference is its rounded bottom edge. Whether the iPhone-esque appearance is a put-off or not is ultimately your decision. We happen to think it's one of the best looking Android smartphones on the market. A SIM and SD tray removal tool is cleverly integrated into the phone, but we're not sure what you're supposed to do with it when you plug some headphones in. As well as some design elements, the P6 shares the iPhone's excellent build quality and feels far more premium than what the price tag suggests. Specs wise, the Ascend P6 doesn't quite match up to other flagship devices on the market. We knew Huawei had to save some money somewhere. The screen is lower res than flagship rivals but still looks good, and the phone lacks some features including NFC and support for 4G networks. Storage is also limited at just 8GB with much less available to the user, but there's a microSD card slot for adding up to 32GB. Internally, the P6 is well equipped with great components and is no slouch in the performance stakes. Both cameras are excellent, with a special mention to the impressive macro mode. The front camera is simply the best we've seen on any smartphone, but we've got no time for the gimmicky beauty mode. Huawei has heavily modified Android 4.2.2 Jelly Bean with its Emotion user interface. The amount of customization available is brilliant, including themes, lock screens, screen transitions, and even app icons. There's also customizable profiles which provide an easy way of changing settings for a meeting or when you jump in the car, for example. The sections of the Me widget can also be chopped, changed, and rearranged to your liking. We're not so convinced about the complete lack of an app menu, which is a fundamental part of Android. Instead, the apps are simply placed on home screens like iOS. We managed to get 1.5 working days out of the handset, but with fairly light usage, so we expect the majority of users will only get a typical 1 day. The phone holds its charge well when on standby, but using it for tasks like gaming, web browsing, or watching video drains it quickly. The Huawei Ascend P6 is a fantastic and desirable smartphone, whether it's an iPhone copy or not. It provides real value for money even if it is lacking NFC and 4G support. We particularly like the cameras and the vastly customizable user interface. We award 4 stars on our recommended award.